Welcome to the Seaworthy Warehouse, where we build boats and homes. We bought a marina down in Jansen Beach, Portland, Oregon here. This thing does well. We got seller financing, phenomenal deal. It cash flows. We have to rebuild some docks, but we have this great idea to start loading saunas and tiny homes. So to do short-term rentals on the tiny homes and then have some floating saunas. So this is prototype 1 of our first sauna. I have no idea what I'm doing here. Just started putting this thing together with my guys, and I'll tell you a little bit about what we did. So I went out and bought an old party barge. So the thing was built in the 90s. It was a 30-foot party barge and started with that. I wish I didn't. So I wish I would have just rebuilt this whole thing from scratch. It would have been a lot easier. So basically took that whole thing down to the aluminum studs and the pontoons. There really wasn't much left of it. And then started welding some stringers across and then realized, hey, we need some more flotation. So I started looking into flotation. Couldn't come up with anything. I'm trying to put some additional flotation under this. And I'm like, you know, let's just go ahead and put some additional pontoons on the outside. Yeah, we bought some aluminum and welded these things up. I bought a big TIG welder and hired a welder that's just been going nonstop for the past 2 months, welding this thing up, and you know, here we are. So anyways, we got the pontoons on it. I haven't done all the math to make sure, you know, the calculations and the weight and all that, but I think this is gonna work. Hopefully it does. So come and check out inside, see what we got here. This will be the main entrance off of the docks. So kind of come in this way. This is a little changing area. So I'll have some hooks, like a little bench, you can get changed. The door is glass, so it's a frosted glass, so people won't be able to see you. Under here, you know, we're limited on space. So we've got a really big storage area under here where we're gonna plow, you know, our fresh water. We've got our batteries and then a lot of storage. So we'll have some cabinets here and we're just gonna load everything in here. We've got all of our lighting system here. So all of our nav switches, all of our lighting. We'll have some strip lighting that goes around here. This thing is just gonna warm up. It's gonna be really, really cool. The goal here was to try to make this thing as big as possible. So there's a couple models and prototypes of these saunas. This is larger. This is, you know, we're thinking this thing could at least hold, you know, 8-9 people in here. We have a really large space. So we bought the Billy Badass heater. This thing is gonna get this area just absolutely toasted. So it's gonna overwhelm this area. So the last thing we want is a cold sauna. So we got the best heater that we can find. That's gonna do really well in here. So we are positioning this thing on the Columbia at the dock. We'll be able to just have it stationed up to the dock and people can come in and out on an hourly basis. Or we'll be able to take this thing out into the water with a captain. So when it's stationed up on the dock, this thing is gonna look directly down the Columbia at Mount Hood, and then these windows here will look out at the marina. So the view here is gonna be absolutely epic, and I'm not sure if you've been in a floating sauna. There's a few of them up in Seattle, but hanging out in here and just watching the waves kind of go by and the water is just absolutely soothing. When you're done with that, you jump into the water, you cool off, and then boom, do it again. So not only is it just a really cool experience, it's great for your body. So, and that's the idea is this marina, we're kind of turning into somewhat of a wellness retreat. So we have this area here, you know, we got the sauna in here, get all toasty. Wanted an area that people could kind of hang out in, and so we were trying to create additional deck space, and it was really hard because we wanted a lot of sauna, right? And this thing's already 30 by 12, it's large. It needs an oversized permit to go down the street, so this thing is really big. It was really hard to create that deck space, so you know, I've had some floating homes. I always like to take the rooftops and you know, have a full rooftop deck. So we got a full rooftop deck up here. Careful. Watch your step there, Levi. It's a little sketchy. But, you know, we have a massive, this is 25 by 8 up here. And this is all gonna be, you know, a TPO roof. We'll have some railing up here. We'll have some lights under here, and we're gonna have some loungers. So, you know, you sit out here, lounge in the sun, have some cocktails, be good to go. And then kind of one of the really cool epic parts of this thing is we got like a launch pad. So this is the launch pad. You know, we'll have a little rope here and jump off the rooftop into the water, back into the sauna. This thing is gonna be a vibe. We hope to have this thing on the water in 2 weeks. So yeah, we're August 1st right now, you know, August 15th. We've opened up the bookings and you'll be able to start booking this thing. The link to book will be in the description and the bio. Feel free to check this thing out, man. I'm excited.